Well, I think in terms of ESG, we've already had ESG, which is quite dominant in the market, and a lot of listed companies are complying with all the ESG regulations. In terms of incentives, we already have a number of incentives to deal with the environment and so on, like electric vehicles and so on. So I think those Malaysia is on par with some of the other countries in the world. As far as carbon taxes are concerned, I think businesses need to be aware that next year the intention is for the government to introduce a carbon tax. So I think what they need to look out for is this year's budget, which will be in October of 2025, which is meant to be the budget for 2026. So hopefully there will be some news about which sectors, and basically right now they're looking about iron and steel being the sectors they may want to look at carbon taxes and so on. So I think if you look at green taxes, at ESG, at carbon taxes, we are heading in the same direction as many other jurisdictions, including Singapore, have already done. So I think businesses just need to be aware and be sort of on the ball in terms of what's happening around, and perhaps even attending events and listening to reading things and being aware of what the regulatory bodies are doing, including what the Ministry of Finance is announcing. Yeah, I think when you are looking at a situation where you look at ESG particularly, and you look at the broader sustainability agenda, and the fact that we now have companies and corporates having to do sustainability statements, sustainability reports, and it's already becoming a mandatory requirement for certain large listed companies. You're therefore coming to a situation where tax professionals also need to be fully aware of what sustainability is all about. And I think the issue here is about taxation, and let's say your tax work in a corporate body is no longer a backroom type of work, no more backroom processing. I think you will need to sit together, the tax people, the sustainability people, the finance people, to come up and develop your sustainability report and so on and so forth. So I think what this is, skill sets here is about greater awareness. You need to be also not saying that I only do tax, I don't do other things. You need to be aware of what sustainability is all about. You need to be aware of, eventually when carbon taxes are here, you need to know what that is all about. You need to know about emissions trading programs. So you need to be much more conversant. So tax professionals need to listen more and read more, and they have lots more to do. And I think this therefore pushes taxation further up the chain from a backroom processing activity to a strategic activity. And therefore we no longer talk about tax being part of finance. It actually has got a role to stand on its own feet. So that's how I think in terms of any particular skill sets, it's more about being aware, keeping our eyes to the ground, working with their advisors, knowing what's happening, and then starting to prepare for it through scenario planning and so on and so forth. One of the areas in terms of sustainability is also about the G within the ESG, right? The governance framework. And within governance, you have corporate governance. But corporate governance, therefore, in my mind, includes tax governance. And therefore, this cooperative compliance framework is tied up with the tax governance framework. So to me, that's the linkage. And therefore, tax governance is part of the overall sustainability agenda. It's one of the parts, right? And therefore, that is the interlink. And tax governance is all about making sure you have the right SOPs, the right documentation, and also execute what you say you are doing so that you have all information at hand and you can produce this on a timely basis and be transparent to your shareholders. So I think governance, cooperative governance, therefore, is a very crucial element nowadays. We are in the early stages in Malaysia, but I do think that is going to move over time, and in the long term, at least my view is that cooperative compliance, tax cooperative compliance frameworks may become compulsory sometime down the road. Perhaps for the smaller businesses, it may be a watered down version, but you still will have to do the necessary control frameworks and all other things that you need to do. So I believe that's going to be something that all tax professionals need to keep your eye on.